Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lena if you're new. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my hijab story, and I'm super excited to be partnering with Calvin Klein on this video. Thank you so much to them for sponsoring today's video. They urged me to share my truth with you guys and with the world. I just thought this was the perfect video for me to finally share my truth on why I started wearing hijab and what hijab means to me and just kind of like my story. So I'm wearing a really cool sweatshirt from Calvin Klein. They actually sent over a bunch of really cute like modest pieces. I was super excited when they sent over the pieces because they just really took into consideration modesty for me, and that just really meant a lot to me. So let me show you guys what I'm wearing. Okay, I want to share with you guys the outfit that I picked out from Calvin Klein. So they actually sent over a box of a bunch of modest pieces, which I was very appreciative of. They really took into consideration that I wear like modest clothes. So they sent over a bunch of like long sleeved and like loose fitting like jeans and things like that. So this is a really cool Calvin Klein sweatshirt with the logo going all the way down the sleeves and over the shoulder, and it goes down on both sides. How cool is this? I feel like I don't own anything like this. I honestly don't even own a sweatshirt, and this is like my ideal kind of sweatshirt because it's super minimal and clean, and I feel like this looks super luxe. So excited I finally have something to like kind of lounge around in. I did dress this one up a little bit more with the jeans. So these jeans are also from Calvin Klein, and again, I'm just so appreciative that they sent over some modest fitting jeans. These are a dark wash denim, and they're straight leg. They're not tight fitting at all. A very loose, modest fit, and I love the contrast stitching and the silver buttons, and it's just so cute. This sweatshirt is actually a little bit longer. Like I think it comes down to like right there, but I did tuck it in just so that it was a little bit more flattering. I'll show you guys a couple of the other pieces that they sent over. This really cool windbreaker style long sleeve jacket with the Calvin Klein logo across the collar. How cool is that? And like it's so sporty. I feel like you could wear that to the gym and it would be so cool. They did send over some boyfriend style jeans, and I like that these are kind of like cut off at the bottom. So definitely check out Calvin Klein for some just like cool, casual, effortless pieces. I will link below a few of my favorites. Calvin Klein asked me to come up with a CK statement. So I chose choice is key, and that really means a lot to me, and you'll see why once I get into my story and everything. So basically I'll just start out like from the beginning of like how I started wearing hijab and like what made me decide. Growing up, I was raised in a Muslim family. No one in my family actually wears hijab, but we do try to dress modestly, and we were always raised and taught that God values modesty. I always kind of like knew in the back of my mind that I wanted to wear the hijab one day, but I just kind of like kept pushing it like to the back of my mind. I thought that I was just gonna wear it one day when I was like old and gray, definitely after my wedding, because I definitely wanted to have pictures with my hair out for my wedding. But then in high school, I just started like getting closer to God and just strengthening my relationship with Him, and all of a sudden, like hijab just started like creeping back into my mind again. I just had this overwhelming feeling that I just wanted to wear hijab. Like I wanted to please God in like every way that I could, and like if dressing more modestly is what He wanted, then I wanted to do that. Like I can't explain it. I feel like God just literally put that in my heart to want that. So anyways, I was a senior in high school at the time. I pretty much wore modest clothing like to school and everything, but my main problem was the gym. I went to the gym all the time, and I was wearing like tank tops. So that was like my biggest struggle, is like trying to like move over to wearing like more modest clothing at the gym. I just told myself that I was just gonna take this slow and just start working towards being more modest, like little by little. I started like wearing short sleeves to the gym, and then I would start wearing like longer sleeves, like 3/4 sleeves, and just like little by little, month by month, I would just like start getting more coverage at the gym, which if you guys know what the gym is like, which I know you do, nobody wears full coverage to go work out at the gym. My workout instructors would like say things like, "Aren't you hot?" and like they would just say things that kind of got to me. It was just me trying my best at that time to really dress more modestly. So it was getting closer to graduation, and I decided within myself that I really wanted to wear a headscarf during the Ramadan that summer. So I had a couple of months to kind of like prepare myself like mentally and everything, and just to kind of like get used to things and try to figure out like a hijab style. One thing that really helped me during that time is practicing wearing the hijab in like a public place where nobody knew me. We would go to Dallas to go shopping, and we'd go to the mall, and Dallas is just like a really big city, like a couple hours from us, where we don't know too many people. I would go to the mall, wear my hijab, and I just felt so free. I felt like, you know what, nobody knows me, nobody can judge me. And practicing wearing the hijab where nobody knew me just really helped me and like gave me the confidence of like, this isn't really that big of a deal, like I can do this. So what I did is I think I ordered a bunch of like really cheap viscose hijabs that were like horrible quality. I don't even know where they came from, but I would like practice putting them on in the mirror at home, and like I would get my sister's opinions, and they were super supportive. Honestly, my whole family was super supportive of me during that time. Everybody was telling me that they were super proud of me and everything, and yeah, I felt like I was ready. And I actually put on a headscarf before Ramadan of that year. I think it was like the day before. I was like, I'm not waiting, I just want to wear it now. So I just started. So once I put on the hijab, even though obviously it was my decision and I wanted to wear it, that doesn't mean that it doesn't come with its own set of struggles and like insecurities. And oh my gosh, as a new hijabi, I was literally just the most insecure person I've ever been in my life. Any public place I went into, I felt like everybody was looking at my hijab and everyone hated me because of my hijab. Some people actually were staring at me. I just realized people around me were just staring because they were either curious or had a question. And anytime anyone would ever say anything to me, it would be like, I thought they were staring at me because they hated me so much, but then I would pass by and they'd be like, oh my God, you're so pretty, or something really positive and nice, or I really like what you're wearing, you know? So I feel like I got a lot more positive response than negative, and the stares that I thought were so bad, honestly, I feel like it was just out of curiosity. Being able to spark curiosity about Islam and about hijab and dressing modestly, I feel like that is a form of, you know, being able to spread the beauty of Islam and share with people that it's actually a really peaceful and amazing religion, contrary to what maybe they've seen in the media. Another insecurity I had was like whenever I was around my sisters both look completely American, red hair, very light skin, and I'm the one that looks a little bit more Arab. Whenever I was like with my family, I feel like people would just stare because they're like wondering like why I'm with them, or you know, how do I fit into that? There was one time in Mexico that we all went on a family vacation, and obviously like nobody at the resort is wearing hijab except for me. So during that time, I was just feeling super insecure about my hijab and like feeling all the stares and everything. But if there's anything that I can tell you about feeling insecure and feeling the stares and like all that stuff, I feel like for me, it just got so much better with time. And now I feel nobody staring at me. Like maybe they're staring at me, but for some reason it just doesn't get to me, and I don't even notice it anymore because I'm not worried about that anymore. I think I just realized that I don't care so much about what other people think, because I know what I'm doing is something that I want to do and that I feel is right for me, so why would I care what other people thought? One time I was at the post office, like dropping up some packages, and I had parked kind of weird. Like I think I had parked kind of crooked. It was honestly like a stupid mistake. Like I just parked really fast and like ran in, and apparently I just made this one guy really mad because he couldn't park next to me. So he started yelling at me, telling me I needed to go back to my country if I wasn't gonna follow the rules of this society. That was probably the first time I had ever had anybody speak to me in that way, and I just broke down and started crying in the middle of the post office. But everybody else who was at the post office was so nice, and the lady behind me, she like hugged me and she like told the guy like, you do not speak to her like that. And there was another man in the post office who offered to like escort me to my car to make sure that that man wasn't around and wasn't going to harass me again or anything like that. So the positive has definitely outweighed the negative, like by far. Just being able to see the difference of how people treat me like before I wore the hijab as to now, I feel like I attract a lot more respect from people in general. It's kind of hard to explain, but just like little things, like I feel like people don't like to cuss around me as much because they see me as like a woman of faith and they want to have more respect. A lot of times men will kind of like lower their gaze, or they won't look at me. I personally have noticed the difference just because like before I wore hijab, I was so used to guys always looking at me, and it was a huge change whenever I started wearing hijab, and I felt like that was such a positive thing because I just literally felt so free. Like I didn't feel like people were looking at me in any certain way that I didn't want them to look at me. I know that people think that hijab is something that's like more oppressive, but to me it's just like the most freeing thing because I don't have to live up to society's expectations of what I'm supposed to wear, and I'm just literally wearing what I feel is best for me and what I'm most comfortable in and what makes me feel the best, and to me that's just the most freeing thing possible. Of course, another positive thing that happened to me after starting to wear hijab is that I gained this amazing community of Muslim women with you guys on YouTube and on Instagram, and I just feel like God really blessed me with this like career and just like opened up so many doors for me. It's just crazy because so many people think that wearing hijab stops you from, you know, achieving your goals and dreams and like closes doors for you, but it just was the complete opposite for me. I had so many doors open for me as soon as I started, you know, just doing what I thought was best for me. Every single person is on their own journey, and everybody's spiritual journey and relationship with God is very personal, and it's not something that you can just look at somebody and see that just looking at the way they dress. I want to tell you guys what this hijab means to me because I get this question a lot, like, what does hijab mean to you? Basically, it means to me that I'm trying my absolute best to please God. That is what this means to me. I'm trying my best to please Him with the best intentions, and it's just a personal thing between me and God. That's what it means. Something that truly gets to me is seeing Muslim women tear down other Muslim women for the way that they dress and for the way that they're wearing a headscarf. I mean, like, I just think of it as like I said, every single person is on their own journey. We don't know what part of a journey that person is on. We don't know what struggles and inner challenges and conflicts they are going through, and we don't know how the hijab is affecting them, and we just don't know any of that. And like, for me, God made it super easy for me to wear a headscarf and to be able to dress modestly and made me love it. Thank God He did that for me. But not every single person is that way, and it's like it has varying degrees of like how much somebody can handle. And we have no right to be able to judge them for how they choose to dress. That is their journey. To me, that's just within their own relationship with God. And that is why I chose my Calvin Klein CK statement as choice is key, because I just believe that as Muslim women, we should have the choice to be able to dress in the way that makes us feel most comfortable, just to be kind to others no matter what part of their journey they are on. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and just thank you guys for listening to my story, and thank you to Calvin Klein for sponsoring this video and for challenging me to speak my truth to you guys and just open up to you guys more. So I love you guys so much, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye.